How has your day been?
Good.
Yeah?
Music as usually.
Yeah, that was my first question about, because floating through spaces, let's love, bad, and so on and so on. You have been so productive the last 1.5 years. I was wondering, was that your way to handle the pandemic, the situation, to be productive all the time?
I'm really a hyperactive person, so I'm used to be on tour and still make music in the hotel, but usually I can't make so much music because I'm taking planes every day.
Yeah.
So now, in all the second, I found myself with so much time in my head. Like it's the probably first time since 20 years that I have so much time. So the result of this is that I've been making music every day for since the pandemic,
Yeah.
and now all those records and people are like, "But how is this possible?" And I think this is the response.
In our last interview, you said that your kids became your A&Rs, because normally you do new songs on the stage in front of your crowd, and then you see how the crowd is reacting. So, which certificate of employee would you give your kids?
You're right. Like now, this is my new committee. My new judges. Now I'm playing my songs to my kids, and they decide what I'm releasing.
So, are they your toughest reviewers?
They are so tough. Sometimes they tell me no, and I still do it when I'm sure of myself. But because they're even too tough.
But it works. In the last days and weeks, you started to play a couple of shows, right? And you will continue it. How was it for you after such a long break, being back on stage? Has something changed, or is it the same power, the same energy you feel?
It was completely crazy. I was lucky enough to be in America during this time. Honestly, in the last month, it's like COVID doesn't exist anymore. Because especially I was living in Miami, and then I went to Vegas, and everyone was vaccinated, and it works. Vaccination works.
Yeah.
So people stopped wearing masks inside and outside. The clubs were full. But the difference is, when you have something all the time around you, you don't appreciate it anymore. This works also for relationships, by the way. but then I think people realized how much they were missing the interaction, being together, being able to dance together, share a moment.
Yeah.
When I did my first shows, it was so crazy. Like,
Nice.
wow, this was some of the best shows I've had maybe since 10 years, So this is
Awesome.
what I want to say to Europe, because now I'm here and everyone is like depressed. Everyone is like, whoa. But I know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And when everyone is going to be vaccinated, like because America was in advance when it comes to vaccination, then it's going to be amazing again, and the parties, they're even better than before.
So, are you fully vaccinated already?
Oh yeah, since a long time.
Okay, good. But you will play a show in France in Orange. It's represented by Energy. What do you expect? Because I've seen the location and it looks so fancy in a way. So
it's an antique theater.
Yeah.
Like in the Roman time. So this is very exciting, and also this is my country. So for me to go back at the moment where everything is opening again, it's going to be very, very special.
David, I think that everybody has recognized in the last 2 years, I guess, that there is a big 80s trend. So a lot of synth, a lot of dance music. You did it with Sia, The Weeknd, Miley Cyrus, a lot of big artists. But now I was wondering, is the 80s trend almost over? So what's your impression?
What I see in the moment is a big return of dance music, to be honest, you know. And you know, I just had like a big success with Bed. Then you know, I have this record with Little Mix, Heartbreak Anthem, that is really killing it. That is doing really good. I have this record now with Becky Hill called Remember, that is about to be number one in the UK. I just released How Would I Know? We're also having a strong start. What I'm trying to say is, you know, there was a moment that this four on the floor feel was not so trendy anymore. And I think that because of COVID, like I said, people realize that they need that type of music to feel good, to escape, to forget about everything, and to celebrate life, you know. And dance music is probably the music to like share with togetherness, celebrate life. And so this is what I think is coming back very, very strong. And you see, for example, the new Ed Sheeran. I mean, Ed Sheeran making a dance record. What? This is crazy, you know?
David, last question is not about music, but it's about your shape. So you're so good in shape. Like, I mean, I'm 26, I'm doing a lot of sports, but you're way better in shape than me. So what's your secret? I mean, that's insane.
Oh, wow, thank you very much. If I'm honest, right now, I'm not so in shape because you know how it is, you know, it's like moments.
Yeah.
And the trick is that you put pictures on your Instagram when you're very in shape, and then you wait, you know. So I'm good now, you know, but not like I was last summer. But you know, honestly, I'm not doing anything crazy, you know. But the main thing for me is the food. To be honest, like you see all these tutorials about how to train and all of this. Like I've always trained my entire life. I really see that what makes the difference is the way you eat, you know. And if you eat clean and you sugar is the enemy. The reality is that eating habits, they are more important than training.
Okay.
This is what my experience tells me is like, if you don't eat bread, you don't eat sugar and desserts, already that's kind of almost enough.